happened to the man who invented and from the first motion picture. As part of my presentation, I printed out some visual aids here. Louis Le Prince was born on the 28th of August, 1841 in Metz, France. At an early age, he developed love of art and photography from his father's friend, Louis Daguerre. His mentor, Louis Daguerre, had influenced Le Prince so much due to him being known as one of the pioneers of photography. Daguerre gave Le Prince lessons in photography and chemistry. After Le Prince went on to study painting in Paris and chemistry and licensing. Le Prince moved to Leeds, where he joined Whitley Partners of Hunslet, a firm of brass founders. He married Elizabeth Whitley in 1869, who was a talented artist and was the sister of John Whitley, one of the founders of Whitley Partners. Elizabeth and Louis started the Leeds Technical School of Art, that was well known throughout France. They gained fame for their techniques in putting color photography on metal and pottery pieces. They had two portraits they did together, one of Queen Victoria and one of Prime Minister Gladstone. These portraits were included in a time capsule placed with Cleopatra's need on the Thames Strait. Between 1881 and 1887, the Prince and his family moved to America. He wanted to further his development, that's why he moved to America. He felt he could he continued to work as an agent for Whitley Partners as well as a manager of a group of French artists here in America. While living in the U.S., the Prince continued to experiment with human pictures like he had begun to do back home in Leeds. Several years before, Thomas Edison of the Lumiere brothers, the Prince was granted patents on a 16-lens device, which I had included on the second page of your guys' pamphlet. That's the one actually, I believe is this. Also a single lens type. In 1887, his work had finally advanced to such an extent that he was then able to patent the single lens camera. The camera was first used on October 14th of 1888 and recorded a Round Hay Garden scene, which I believe is on the third page, should be the top picture. So another interesting fact about this is they used, Smithsonian has the original, one girl dancing in the dress died 3 days after the film was made, so they used that to date the film. This camera used two strips of light sensitized gelatin that was exposed to two sets of 8 lenses, hence the name 16-lens camera. Then the strips were triggered by electromagnetic impulses to create a series of images. He filmed his first, the very first moving picture, which was known as Round Hay Garden, as I explained earlier. That film was followed by the Leeds Bridge. On the Leeds Bridge scene, I watched the actual film, and if you guys will watch it as well, you can actually see smoke coming from a guy's pipe, which is pretty extraordinary for the late 1800s. His disappearance. In September of 1890, the Prince was preparing for a trip to the United States. He disappeared from a train that was traveling from Dijon to Paris. His brother was the very last person to see him alive in Dijon. He was never seen again by any friends or family members. Searching for Le Prince. After his disappearance, the French police, Scotland Yard, and his family began extensive searches for Le Prince, but all went unsuccessful. His briefcase was the only item of his left on the train. Le Prince was officially declared dead in 1897, seven entire years after he went missing. I just knew the laws back then, it was a lot more long than today. So some of the theories that people have, many people believe he could have committed suicide for many different reasons. One reason is that said he committed suicide is because he was drowning in debt due to failure of getting his moving picture work. According to Jacques Deslandes, in the comparative history of cinema, Le Prince chose to voluntarily disappear due to financial reasons and family conveniences. He also claims that Le Prince died in Chicago in 1898 after moving there by request of his family as a result of Le Prince expressing his homosexuality. There was also police archive that was found in Paris that contained a photo of a drowned man who carried a very strong resemblance to LaPrince. The body was discovered in the Seine River right after LaPrince's disappearance. A televised documentary, The Missing Reel by Christopher Wallace, cited letters he uncovered at LaPrince's great-grandson's house in Memphis, Tennessee. The letter showed that Joseph Whitney's company that LaPrince worked for was going bankrupt and had debts over $84,000. Rollins also suggested that because the company he worked for was going bankrupt and not exactly satisfactory projection system, LaPrince could not stand the chance of failure, and he voluntarily jumped out of his seat. LaPrince's brother Albert was an architect and also the executive of their mother's estate after her death in 1887. Rollins claims another theory is that LaPrince traveled to claim his share of inheritance, which was about $140,000, and Albert killed him instead. His brother was the last person to see him alive. So I believe that's the strongest route if you look at evidence. On the train, they questioned people. LaPrince stood at 6'4", which was extremely tall for then, and nobody remembers seeing a 6'4" guy on the train. But they found his briefcase. So, me personally, I believe the strongest theory is his brother off for his inheritance. The police, though, had no knowledge of the inheritance and failed to question Albert about LaPrince boarding the train and being the last one to see him. No other passengers reported seeing LaPrince board the train, and once again, he was 6'4", so he would have been hard to miss. Murder for hire. Some theories regarding LaPrince and his disappearance are that he was murdered. LaPrince's widow assumed foul play and actually believed that Thomas Edison had him killed to get him out of the way of his own successes. She believed Edison wanted him dead because of a rivalry. In 1967, John Littrey proposed that LaPrince was killed and claimed if if LaPrince had truly wanted to disappear, he would have done so prior to his actual disappearance. Littrey believed LaPrince never truly boarded the train to Dijon. Also, if his brother was the last person to see him, LaPrince was in a mental state that needed to be questioned or worried about. Why would he have not reported this to the police? Elizabeth, who was his wife, Elizabeth believed that Edison had LaPrince removed due to a rivalry and LaPrince's groundbreaking work that Edison had to be jealous of. From 1890 to 1897, Miss LaPrince could not legally fertilize her husband's invention. Because by law, not even a spouse can use a patent or invention for 7 years unless the missing person returns or is proven to be deceased. During that time period is when Edison showed his first after discussing the conspiracy theories and numerous ideas of what happened to Louis LaPrince, I think he was murdered, but who I cannot decide. Edison has set the most patents on recorded record, and once I read 60 or 70% of his patents were not his idea. What the rival would be for him at Tesla, sold a lot of Tesla's ideas. So I guess it's up to the audience, you guys, to decide if you're remembered by his brother or Thomas Edison. And that concludes my presentation of Louis LaPrince.